Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Confidence is never a question when it comes to wide receivers, and these two are no different. It's Benjamin's Panthers going up against Beckham's Giants. So let's go now to Charlotte, North Carolina, where Jim and Phil are on the call.
Giants, Panthers on EA Sports. We welcome you to Charlotte, North Carolina for today's game.
Hello, friends. Jim Nance along with Phil Simms. And Phil, it's an absolutely gorgeous day here for football. And how will that factor into this game?
And we're going to see a game that's all out. I think the coaches, they prepared all week. They devised these big game plans, and the weather's good. Now they can call any play they want on that play sheet because the elements are not going to play a factor. So it's going to be exciting.
And Graham Gano looks set now to kick it away. And Dwayne Harris will be back deep for the opening kickoff. We're underway here. Harris elects to run it out. And he's taken down right at about the 29, not quite to the 30. He has twice been named Super Bowl MVP quarterback Eli Manning. The Panthers defense now is going to go nickel. The Giants have it at the 29. Scanning the field. And Tillman can't quite pick it off.
The running back position today will be handled by Rashad Jennings.
Look, he's a veteran running back who has power and speed, but he also can block for the quarterback. So you love guys like this that can always stay on the field.
Surveys. Leaps in the air and has it. Can you believe how vertical he got there?
I can believe it, Jim Nance. I can, because we see it so often. The receivers in the NFL are just unbelievable. We take these catches for granted, but that was a tremendous play.
Looking at every option. Almost intercepted that time. He is a former NFL Defender of the Year. Luke Kuechly out of Boston College.
Well, whatever I say about him, it's not enough. He is absolutely an outstanding citizen. He's a good teammate, and on the field, he is a killer. Man, can this guy make tackles. Got to give the defense a lot of credit there, don't you, Jim? They are all over the receivers, all over the field, nowhere to throw it, and it just results in an incompletion.
Scans the field. Almost intercepted. That was a drive that looked like it had the makings of a touchdown, but instead, the defense is able to make a stand.
That's the great thing about playing defense, Jim, in the NFL. It just takes one play to stop a drive, and we just saw it that time on the defensive side.
And they take the lead with this field goal in the first.
Yeah, good job there by the offense, driving down the field. And anytime you get points early in the game, that is a confidence boost for your football team.
Able to Move past the 20 and brought down at the 23. He is the first player with 10,000 passing yards and over 1,000 rushing yards in a first three-season career. Quarterback Cam Newton.
Well, when you look back to that 2011 draft, Cam Newton was the first player picked, and I think we can all say now he was worthy of it. What a career he's had so far in 3 years.
The Panthers go with two tight ends on this play. First down at the 23.
Now makes the move to the right. He is one of the biggest targets you'll find on the outside in the entire league. Kelvin Benjamin by way of Florida State.
Well, he's so big. When you meet him, you can't believe he's a wide receiver. Not only is he tall, but he's also thick, and that's what he uses all that to his advantage. He goes down the field, and he can just manhandle defensive backs and make catches.
And he heads to the sidelines, out of bounds.
Oh, I loved it when I was a quarterback, throwing screens or throwing short passes to the running backs and watch them catch it and get those big yards. It was awesome to get cheap yards like that.
Intercepted.
Space to work.
Inside, and he's home for the touchdown.
You got to love that from your defense. They take it. They get the interception. Not only do they do that, they return it a long way for the touchdown.
An extra point is good. The Panthers are prepared to return the kickoff.
Whitaker on the return. Able to move past the 20 and brought down at the 23.
The Panthers are set to take the field again on offense after a crazy sequence that didn't go their way. That turnover led to turnover points. And now let's see if the offense can get that back, Phil.
Yeah, listen, I know they're going to be motivated because after they turned the football over last time, the coaches took them to the sideline and just gave them heck. That's for sure. That's a good way of seeing it. So motivation, can't make those kind of mistakes. You've got to go out there and be much better.
Landon Collins out of Alabama brings a savviness and skill to that secondary position.
Well, the New York Giants needed a safety in the worst way, and so what did they do? They trade up and get the best safety in the draft. He will start right away for the New York Giants.
Stewart's marked down after a gain of 4.
If you want to run the football with success, you're going to have plays like this where they pick up very little yardage. Don't listen to the fans. Keep running it, and it'll work.
From the gun, Newton. Can't find a mark, and this is going to bring up 4th down. Short series this time for the offense. They're set to punt it away now. And a touchback here will bring the ball out to the 20.
The Panthers defense starts this series knowing the last time they were out here, they allowed a field goal.
Yeah, it was not a good drive for them, and I know the coaches were upset. I was watching him on the sideline yelling at a few guys, so I expect a better effort this time out.
Over the middle and incomplete that time.
Good job that time by the secondary. They're in good position. They make the play, and it's an incomplete pass by the quarterback.
2nd and 10. And it's swatted away.
It's way too early in a game like this, in this situation, to take a chance. Run a draw, throw a screen, maybe just a straight-ahead run, but don't turn over the football.
The Giants are going to call a timeout. Want to talk about this 3rd down. Third and 10 coming up. The Giants get set at the line, needing to get to the 30 for a first. Down the field. Clutch catch. He's in the clear. Taking it all the way home for the touchdown. That touchdown provides them with a solid advantage midway through the first.
Yeah, you know, I got news for the defense. They are allowed to try to stop the opponent's offense. So far, they have put up no resistance. They are getting pushed around all over the field.
The Giants getting... set for the extra point. He made it. The Panthers now have even more work to do to get back into this one. Scores 17-0. Whitaker on the return. And he's tackled just past the 20. We'll mark it at the 22-yard line. The Panthers weren't able to get anything out of their last drive and were forced to punt as they take the field here. Do you think they are going to vary their approach, Phil?
Well, I hope so. I think they will. They got a lot of information out there in that short drive. They did that by showing different formations and plays. You saw how the defense reacted to it. Now you counter-react and see if you can get some positive plays.
I'm sure they're tired of being in the 3-and-out business.
Well, that's a bad business to be in. I know. I get in a lot of bad businesses.
Stewart's lined up now as the running back behind the quarterback. 2nd down and 12. To the ground. Ayers, that time on the tackle.
Good job by the defensive line standing in there and fighting, and they hold the running back to a short gain.
The Panthers line up, split backfield. 3rd down and 7. Conchery's got it on a pass that had some heat. That's his first reception today.
I think the best thing Cam Newton does, play action passes, because on play action, you get that little bit of extra time, and he uses it well. Very accurate throw of the football.
The Panthers snap it at the 41. They are in the backfield in a hurry and will bring him down for a loss behind the line of scrimmage.
The Panthers offensive coordinator, he has to be frustrated by that play. I think he calls the right play, but what happens is the run loses yards. That's just a bad job by the offensive line.
Jonathan Stewart with the football. Loss of 3 on the play. 3rd down now. Is thrown away. And it'll be Nortman back to punt. Harris from the 1-yard line. Gains 16.
That returner, when he goes to the sideline, I promise you that special teams coach is going to rip him a new one. Hold on to the football. Lucky to get it back after that fumble.
The Panthers secondary could not stop the pass on the last series.
Well, they were just too timid. They were giving up too much room, making some of the throws too easy for them.
On his way. The 10, all the way home and all alone. Touchdown. Almost through a quarter, and this one is truly ugly.
Well, it's beautiful on one side. If you're winning the game, you're going, man, this is just exactly what we wanted and what we needed. But on the other side, just a terrible effort, and you got to be ashamed the way you're playing so far.
The Giants ready to kick it away. Webb's got a chance to return this one. Tackles made right around the 26-yard line. The Panthers didn't get much out of that last drive, so now here they come again on offense. I'm sure they're going to be a little bit more of an urgency to the offense this time.
Well, I'll just say this to you, Jim Nance. I sure hope so after that fumble.
And the recovery is made by the defense. And he's in for the touchdown. What a play. What a run.
This defense has some mentality, don't they? Not only do they want turnovers, they want points to go with it. Nice job of taking it all the way back for the touchdown.
The point after try is in the books. The Panthers return team has been on the field way too often today as they are getting blown out. The score's 31-0. Webb's got a chance for a return. And the tackle's made right around the 25-yard line. The Panthers just gave up some big turnover points. And let's see if they can hold on to the football this time, Phil, because we know how crucial it is. We talked to the coaches about it this week. This was their concern with this team.
Well, if you want to stay on the field, you better quit turning it over, right, Jim? That's what the coaches look. You make mistakes on the field, they're going to be forgiving to a point, but you got to be smart, you got to be efficient, and get the job done.
The Panthers take it from the 23. Newton's met at the 23. In the second, ready to get things started. And Phil, this game is already feeling like it's getting out of hand.
Well, when it starts to feel that way, Jim, it's up to the coaches to do something to get their team rolling and get them back on track. Do you do it with some substitution and different players in the game, or you do it with your coaching style? I think your chances are much greater if you try it with your coaching style. Just be more aggressive.
First down following the long play. Handoff to Jonathan Stewart. Amukamara is the one who made the big stop.
The Giants defense is so fast and so powerful. That time on the run play, they just overpower the offensive line and they tackle the runner for a loss.
2nd and 12. He'll get it again. And Ayers is able to read that play and make the hit.
The Panthers put themselves in a tough situation here. On 2nd down, you run the football, and what do? You lose yards. Now you got 3rd and long coming up. You got to be careful in situations like this. Everything goes to the side of the defense.
Cam Newton takes it from the shotgun.
And a good drive here. Could have gone a long way towards getting this offense a little confidence, but so far, really no positives to speak of on either side of the ball, Phil.
Yeah, you are right, and that's what it is. You said it, confidence. Once you make a couple plays on either side of the ball, it will give you confidence, and you will start playing better. So sooner or later, they're going to make the play to get back in this game.
Mayo's there to make the tackle, and a run back of about 11. The Giants have moved the ball quite well through the air. Manning's been fantastic today, Phil.
Jim, it's a quarterback-driven league. We say it all the time, and when your quarterback plays well, there's a really good chance you're going to be leading, and that's why they lead here today.
The Giants from the 22. Wants to go deep. What a catch by a foot race to the end zone. Touchdown. Oh my goodness. Can you believe this score?
Hard to believe, isn't it? Here in the NFL, you don't see this too often, especially early in the second quarter where you think one team has absolutely no chance of winning this game today. So many things you can do from the 2-yard line now in the NFL. All the teams can spread you out. They can run it. The quarterback can keep it. The big plays, the passes, very tough for the defense to stop the 2-point conversion.
Josh Brown about to boot it down the field. Webb's not going to test the coverage this time as he takes a knee. The Giants have displayed a phenomenal defense here today, and I think you would agree, Phil. That's the reason they're in position to win this game.
Yeah, the defense has been incredible. So aggressive, so full of emotion, running around. Every time you see a tackle, there's like 7 guys on the defensive side around the ball carrier. So that's awesome defense. That's why they're winning this game here so far today. This is kind of new to the NFL the last 4 or 5 years. We're seeing more and more screens to wide receivers. Good timing, good execution, and good yards picked up.
First down at the 31. Stands in the pocket. They're going to get him here for a sack.
Nice job that time by the outside linebacker getting the sack. They ask a lot of these guys now. They are special players in the NFL. Stopping the run and the speed to get outside and get the sacks on the quarterback too.
The Panthers snap it at the 26. And it's caught by Stewart.
In a situation like this, 3rd and long, if you're the defense, catch them by surprise and blitz.
Newton's got it in the gun. Newton hooks up with Greg Olsen. Olsen's taken down at the 18. Marquette down for another reception.
There is nothing like having a great tight end on your offense now. There's so many things you can do with them. Remember, they're in the middle of the field. They can go down the middle. They can go outside. They can go short. They can go across. They can go out. Tough to cover the tight ends in this league now.
And he's forced to the ground.
Outside linebackers who can get to the quarterback, they are a rare breed in the NFL because it takes talent, size, speed, everything to do it as a linebacker, and we saw it that time on display.
2nd and 11. A tackle behind the line.
The Panthers know one of the worst things you can do in the NFL is lose yardage on a run play. They do it that time on 2nd down, and now they have 3rd and long, and the coach is going, well, what do you want me to call? Not many things can work on 3rd and long.
Loss of 2 on that play. This will be a field goal try for Gano. No doubt about it. Put 3 on the board.
When an offense drives the ball, they always want to get something out of it, get some points. This time, the field goal kicker gets it done. He gives them 3.
Harris has got it on the return. And the tackle's made. The offense will start their drive from about the 31. The Giants taking the field on offense, coming off a touchdown on their last drive, Phil.
Yeah, they did it mostly through the air, Jim, and I love the way how they did that. It was aggressive throwing by the quarterback, and my gosh, is he on target today.
Dwayne Harris hauls it in. That's his first reception today.
Nothing like a receiver who can just put his head down and go after the football. That's what he did that time. Nice throw by the quarterback. Watch the receiver at the last second, looks up and makes the catch.
Manning's now completed 4 in a row. Welcome back, and we're coming out of the 2-minute warning. Jennings lined up behind his quarterback as the single back. Beckham's got it on a pass that had something taken off of it. That is how you draw it up, isn't it, Phil?
Oh, man, a quarterback loves guys that can make catches like this, and they're just so strong. They know how to.
Giants in the end zone. Beckham just scored his 4th touchdown of the day. My goodness, Phil. Halftime can't get here soon enough as it's blowout city.
It is. I know you can't wait for halftime because you scarf down food at halftime like you haven't eaten in a week. So we don't want to keep you from that. But this game, oh my gosh, it's been lopsided, hasn't it? And you're right, the team that's losing, they can't wait to get to the locker room.
Whitaker drops to a knee, and this will come out to the 20. The Giants defense comes out for the start of the new drive after allowing a field goal the last time.
Jim, they hope to play better this time. You take the information that you'd learned from the last drive and go out there and correct some of those mistakes.
For just a second, but then it came out on contact.
That's interesting. As you watch the receiver trying to make that catch, he knew the defender was close, so he didn't put all of his heart into it. The defender made a nice hit and knocks the football out to the ground.
Encroachment defense.
Second down and 5. That was Rogers Cromartie on the coverage that time.
Well, the quarterback can't get him open. He threw to the right guy that time, but the coverage was so good by the defense, nowhere to get the completion.
The Panthers get set at the line, needing to get to the 30 for a first. Easy catch there, no one near him. Now the offense in their hurry-up. Newton standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap. No one's going to get him now. The 20, the 10. Nobody was going to catch him there. Touchdown. That touchdown just before the half allows them to get back into the game, not only on the scoreboard, but also mentally, Phil.
Oh, you're right, Jim. It just charges up the players, and also, never forget, coaches are a lot like players, too. You know, they need some a confidence boost, so this touchdown is going to give it to the coaches also.
And he'll start his return. And he's taken down right at about the 29, not quite to the 30. The Giants have been firing on all cylinders offensively in the first half, and they find themselves in excellent shape as we near halftime.
Oh, man, they are in good shape. I love what they're doing on the offensive side, and don't change anything. Go in there at halftime, pat those offensive guys in the back and say, keep it going. I think they will. Just not a good decision by the quarterback. I mean, maybe on the sidelines they keep calling the wrong plays, but he's attacking the strength of this cover 2 defense. Don't do that. Throw where they're not. That's deep down the middle.
Looking long. Incomplete. Almost going in the other direction.
Well, Jim Nance, even you could coach a team in a situation like this. You're winning big, it's 3rd and long. You know what you do? You hand the football off and you punt the football.
Ball's on the ground. Recovery by the offense.
One thing coaches hate when their offense is on the field is fumbling the football. Because a lot of times, it's just bad fundamentals. But they're lucky this time. They have the fumble. They're able to get on top of it.
Again from the 25. The tackle is made at the 40-yard line.
The return game, so important in winning in the NFL. That time, the good return. What it does, it flips field position and just gives you a better chance of scoring.
Stewart's ready to take the field again in what's been a subpar first-half performance so far, Phil.
Yeah, listen, he's ready to get some yards. I know that. He needs some positive plays to give him self-confidence. Even running backs, just like quarterbacks, they need some positive.
He's going to take it home for the touchdown.
Big was that touchdown right before halftime, Phil. They were getting blown out most of this half.
Jim, that was so big right before halftime, and I can compare it like this. It's about the size of your ego. That's how big it is, man, because we know Jim Nance loves some Jim Nance.
Dixon's there to make the tackle. That return's good for about 29. Coleman's heading back onto the field with the rest of the defense, and he has to be looking for an improvement here because they've been on their heels for most of this first half, partner.
They have to be so disappointed about how they're playing and the results, and how do you change that? You do it with effort. They just need a greater effort out there on the defensive side. So many times when you drop a football in the NFL, a pass like that, it's because of lack of concentration. You're just not serious about what you're doing.
2nd down and 10. Heaving it down the field.
And McClain nearly picked off that pass.
Well, when you get in a situation like this, Jim, and you get 3rd and long, I'll tell you what catches a defense by surprise. Run a double move on the outside against the defensive back. Because everybody in the stands and the defensive players all think you're going to throw it short.
Very nearly intercepted. And that will do it for the first half. That was exciting for one side and a complete embarrassment for the other. It's blowout city.